if you can make a good offer that changes your business fundamentally. You get to take one idea out of your head, one way you can help somebody else, and explain that to them in a way that doesn't make them defensive, it doesn't make them want to say no immediately to you, in a way that intrigues them and makes them want to know more and potentially buy. And even though I built businesses for 15 years, I was still particularly bad at this specific thing, at making offers. So today I'm going to simplify how a good offer should work, what kind of questions it should answer, and how you can use a good offer to make your sales pages, landing pages, and even discussions more effective to get other people to want what you have. And that could be your products, your services, or even your ideas. It frankly doesn't matter. It's all about how you structure your argument so the other person has only one choice, and that choice is to say, yeah, that makes sense. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jordan Parker. 2 years ago, I quit my 9-figure corporate IT clients so I can work with creators because I see so much potential in the creator industry. If you're a creator and if you want to scale your business, you should join Creator Income, aka my newsletter or the best emails in the universe. But I'm biased, so you should go there and see for yourself. You know where to find the link on YouTube, so go click it and I'll see you there. When it comes to offers, it's always about understanding the other person, about understanding your audience. So the correct mindset there is start with who. And if you don't know what start with who means, I have a video on that and you should go watch it after this one. It's free, it's on YouTube, you don't even need to change the website. But once you understand who the other person is, you want to invite them to what you have to offer them and then have a little conversation with them. And this is what essentially offers are. They're a conversation. And in this conversation, the other person is going to have a bunch of questions and you need to answer them. If you answer them well, the other person will have no other way to think besides, oh, this is a great idea, I need to get on this. Which of course will greatly increase the chances of them giving you their email, buying from you, or working with you long term. Now, this conversation, this part is very important. This conversation does not have a singular pattern. There is no template I can give you. This is a one-size-fits-none situation, like most things. But there are 5 questions that you need to always, for every single offer, answer at a certain point of the conversation. Do you need to do this on the sales page or do you do this in an email? That very much depends on your specific use case. So read the questions, understand why they're necessary. If you internalize them, they're going to change your business. After that, think where it's the best place for you to apply them. You can put them in your emails, you can put them on social media, you can put them on your sales page. All of those places are valid. You have to understand your buyer. You have to start with who. I can't stress how important this part is for everything else we're talking about. All right, this is my little whiteboard. We'll go through questions one by one. Number 1, we have what's in it for me? What's in it for me is the most important question that every offer should answer. When you invite your buddies to get a beer outside, when you invite your friends to go to a party, when you want everyone at your place to have board game night, which you should because it's awesome, people want to know what's in it for them. They want to know their selfish reason for them to come to your place. Is there someone they fancy? Is there free food? Are you a very cool person to hang out with? It's definitely not the last one with me. What's in it for them? Everyone has selfish needs. They will think about their selfish needs before they get your offer. Your offer needs to help them, and if it doesn't help them, your offer is shit. Every other question is irrelevant, and you should stop right there and reconsider what you're offering. Question number 2. How does it work? People have heard a lot of offers. Everyone is marketing on the internet nowadays, and people hear offers every single day. They hear hundreds of offers every single day. Offers ranging from come work with my lead gen agency to offers like buy those oranges, my oranges are better and tastier, whatever. But you get the idea. There is a lot of marketing going on. There is a lot of people offering us a lot of things. Every day we are exposed to hundreds of different offers. Because of that, people are very skeptical. They're not excited by your offer. They want to find a reason why it shouldn't work. Because of that, you want to make that impossible. You do that by explaining how your solution is different. The answer to how does it work is not I'll do this, then do this, then do that. That's usually not the thing that they care about. While people ask this question, how does this work? They care about how this is different from everything else I've seen. They want the big picture of your process to understand whether or not they should filter this out as one of those many other offers that are shit, or is it something worth listening to? And the more saturated your market is, the better answer for this question you need, because people will be even more skeptical than usual. Question the 3rd. Why should I trust you? Everyone can claim whatever they want online. Everyone has been to space, everyone is very smart, everyone is very handsome. But when it comes to reality, that's not the case. People lie on the internet all the time. Especially when they have anonymity, especially if they created their fake persona. And even if they are not anonymous, people still like looking good in the eyes of their friends, so they'll still exaggerate and kind of twist the truth a little bit so they look cooler. So everyone, naturally, is very skeptical to you, and that becomes 100 times worse when it comes to sales, because people lie way more when they know they can make money off of it. So what happens is people are skeptical that you're worth even listening to. So you have to prove that in some way. You have to show previous results, you have to show competence, you have to show credibility. This is what I do in every one of my videos. You don't need to know that I've run engineering businesses for 15 years. That's not important, that's not what you're here about. But if you don't know anything about me, the chances of you actually listening to what I have to say are practically zero. So this is important. Proof is important. You have to provide people proof for why you're worth it. Question the second: how much? Everyone who says price is not relevant is just lying to you or lying to themselves. Price is always a factor. If somebody says, I will buy your tomatoes no matter what the price, and you say 5 billion, they don't buy your tomatoes. It doesn't matter how good your tomatoes are. It's just the fact that 5 billion is way too much money for any person, reasonable or unreasonable, to pay for tomatoes. What that tells us is that people compare what they're getting versus what they're paying. And if what they're paying is higher, they don't want it. What you want is for people to get a bargain. They get a lot, they feel like they get a lot, and they actually get a lot. They get a big change in their lives, in their business, in their relationships, and they pay less than they value this change at. And that doesn't mean your product is cheap. It means it is cheap compared to the value of your perfect client. So if I value your service at $100,000, you might charge me $10,000 for it. That would be perfectly fine for me to pay because I'm making 10 times more. It's such a good deal. But for most people, buying any $10,000 service is going to be insane, and they'll never ever consider it. But of course, we don't want everyone. We want the few people that you love working with. And before we get to question 5 and you click out of the video, I remind you, you should join Creator Income. I share all of my best ideas and all of my best findings that I get from actual client work with you before I manage to make YouTube videos for them. So you'll be way better off and you'll be way ahead of the game if you join and get my emails. But anyway, let's get to the 5th and final buying question, which is, maybe I should get this later. This question is important because people don't like losing things. And paying money for something is losing that money and getting something else. But losing things still hurts because of a thing called loss aversion. So people will naturally try to avoid losing their money and paying you stuff, or at the very least postpone it to the future. The way you get around that is by introducing something called a buying trigger. You give them a reason, a trigger that makes them purchase now. That would be a limit in quantity, that can be a limit in time, that might be some emotional trigger that really helps them understand how powerful your solution is. It doesn't matter. You need some sort of a reason for why they should act now, because when people don't act now, they close your page. And if you look at any sales data ever, you can see that 99% of them never actually return. So you want to give people a reason to act now and not later. That's it. Go to your sales pages, go to your social profiles, look if you're answering those questions. If you aren't, you have some work to do. So basically you're risking 2 minutes to get potentially more clients forever. It's a good deal. So give it a try. Ciao.